Welcome to the Hidden Truth Show podcast. We're going to play for you an excerpt from our interview this week with David Pickup. David Pickup was molested multiple times by an older boy neighbor when he was 5 years old. As a result, he developed sexual feelings toward men in his teens. He sought counseling over this, and by going back through his childhood trauma, he was able to alleviate and reduce those sexual feelings. He now lives as a heterosexual man. He provides therapy for others in similar situations. But the state of California is about to make his therapy illegal. Watch this interview with David Pickup, and if you enjoy it, go check out the Hidden Truth Show podcast, wherever you listen to podcasts. And what about you yourself, in your sexual orientation, and whether have you had any issues with that, or have you received this therapy yourself?
Oh yeah, that's what's so great, is because I was one of those kids at 5 years of old that was sexually abused by an older guy. I mean, you could just imagine how that affected my sexual feelings in puberty. Make a very
sorry, because I am interested in it. Is that essentially the only piece of trauma that you feel that you have?
No. I was very typical. I was severely repressed. Good little boy syndrome. Was living a kind of half self because I was really I was a shame-based kid. All right, nothing intentionally happened to me. Nobody did anything intentionally, well, except for the sexual abuse guy. But I learned to repress my feelings. I learned that I wasn't acceptable. I learned that my feelings weren't important, and so I had a lot of shame issues, and I had almost none of the affirmation, approval, and affection that any boy would need. And so that neglect and sometimes outright trauma greatly affected me. And so long story short, in my 30s, I started reparative therapy, and it helped save my life. It just worked beautifully for me. So I don't have those feelings anymore. I can't remember the last time
was that through Nicolosi?
That was through Nicolosi's therapy, authentic reparative therapy. Mm-hmm. Not MDR, because that's only been around for 2 years.
And are you married with children?
Nope. I've come close, but I'm still looking. I was what you call I did therapy over a long period of time. I had years ago, I was clinically depressed twice, went through a lot of issues. And so long story short, I was a very late bloomer. And so, I probably missed some opportunities early in my life that could have been mine. I had dated women and almost gotten married one time, but as I look back now, it wasn't good for me to do that. So I'm glad it ended. But regardless, I decided a long time ago that whatever happens, I was going to be happy regardless. So some men, that's their experience. Some men happen to find women that they're really attracted to and they fall in love with and go on that journey. That may not be my calling. I don't know.
Just to finish up on that subject, for you personally, if 100% is interested in women exclusively and 0% is interested in men exclusively, where would you say you were on that spectrum before versus after?
Sexually speaking, romantically it's different, but sexually speaking, probably 10% interested in women, and now I'm open to anything. I mean, I guess it would be 90%. Mm-hmm. I don't have any homosexual attractions anymore. If I do have something that comes up from the trauma issues, it comes in the form of what the real issues are, not sexual attraction.
Go check out the Hidden Truth Show podcast for the rest of this interview with David Pickup. I'm Jim Breslow.